Well, good morning, my friends, and welcome back to another fine morning in my world. I should say it's a morning. I'm exhausted, I'm beat, my body's sore, but I must carry on ultimately because it's not the goal, it's not the end, it's not the, you know, results that really matter from the actions that we take. It's the action themselves. And I'm getting ready to head back to my old house. It's been quite a, let's just say it's been a lot of work to try to get it up, you know, up to par. For I haven't even been able to remodel it because I've been so busy just cleaning it out and getting all our old stuff moved. But I was thinking about the struggle and this part of my brain that says, man, as soon as I'm done with this, I can finally relax. But knowing damn well that's not true, and knowing that there is no there's time to relax, but there's no, you know, end result of any action we can take in our lives at all whatsoever that will bring us a state of complete contentment where we don't feel like we need to take any more action. If this was true, then any billionaire out there would just be content. But even billionaires are looking to make more money, trying the next thing, you know. It's always about the action more than the results. In fact, for a lot of people who are really wealthy, it's not even about the money. It could be about power or fame, but a lot of the time it's just about the work. And the work is so overlooked in life. We're always trying to escape it. I know this for a fact because I'm one of these people. You know, I enjoy working. I like getting things done and feeling accomplished. At the end of the day, when I can get in bed and rest knowing that I've done my best, that means a lot. And you don't notice you don't have it until you don't have it. I should say, you don't notice it until you don't have it. You don't notice it. Let's say you're working a job. If you're one of these people who, like so many others, so from the time you were able to work, were either working or between jobs, and always seeking to get ahead, you know, not from other people, but from yourself, to move forward, to feel like you've accomplished more, maybe get a raise or a better job or something that's more enjoyable. But as we're working, is there really ever a point where we're going to be content with where we're at? For some people, absolutely. They're more than content to just be a mail carrier, come home and live in a humble abode, and be good with what they have. And I respect that. And there are probably just as many who tell ourselves that we've got what we need and we're fine. But always having this yearning for something more. And I've realized it's very rarely about money. It's mostly about security, I guess, because so many people are insecure in what they have. Um, I mean, I'm one of them. I have, here I am at my new house, right? Moving in, cleaning out my old place, trying to, you know, spend my years in a place where I feel comfortable. And I don't take that for granted. My wife and I have worked hard for it. And even then, there's always this lingering possibility of losing it all or having to start over. And I think that this is, even for a person who has all the wealth in the world, there's always that fear of starting over. And it's not about the money. The money is just a symbol of energy. There are plenty of folks out there who are more than content to, yeah, live a humble life. The ones of us who realize that money will not buy happiness, that all it can buy is a little bit of short-term contentment, but it can buy security. So, as in America, quite often we like to live beyond our means and, you know, buy things that we really can't afford, right? This idea that everybody has to drive a nice car, have a nice house, and a white picket fence is ridiculous. But it's been impressed on our minds that that's what's important. When I was growing up, it was about going to college and getting a good job. And even back then, I said, you know, 20 years from now, when I'm, you know, when my kids are starting college. College probably will be irrelevant at that point. And now we're at that point, and it's getting there. I'm not saying college is irrelevant. A good education is important, but education for the sake of education is, not conducive with the world that we live in now. People can learn anything they want, and we live in a world of Dunning-Kruger effect where everybody thinks they're an expert on everything. So it's kind of we've just got to find our little niche, what works for us, and try to follow our passions. Sometimes the work that we do can really get us down. And I'm not just talking about a job that seems meaningless or menial, and there's plenty of those. But as a carpenter myself, I don't think of my job as meaningless. But I do realize the toll it takes on my body, and how at some point I won't be able to do it anymore, right? The way I have before. And it's not really a scary proposition, as I might think it would be. It's a new start, a new beginning. Because ultimately it's always about new beginnings. Everything in life. So when we have what we want, and we're content, and we're comfortable, we become stagnant. And we fail to push forward. So even when we are humble and content, and even when we feel like we have everything in the world that we need, there's, not for everyone, but for many people, most people I've met, there's kind of a deeper yearning to explore and push forward. And that's okay, that's natural. So we have to both be okay with where we're at and realize that we could do something else or move forward if we wanted to. I hate to say move forward because that assumes that it's a path, a one-way path. I should say branch off in a different direction, because what works for you isn't going to work for your neighbor, and what works for your friends won't work for your parents, and so on and so forth. We're humans, we're different. Deep down inside we feel this urge, at least most people that I've talked to about this feel this, this desire to accomplish something in life, whatever it may be, however small it may be, something different, something unique. But it's not always possible. I guess those are my thoughts for the day. I figured I'd record before I head down because I can't upload from my new place because it's I don't have the internet here, and it's so far out of cell service. So, and that's a good thing right now. It's a good thing. But when I go back to my house to do the other house, I'll have my internet there, so I'll be able to upload a couple things. But I have the time to sit here and think, is it even worth making videos for YouTube? I do this for myself more than anything, I guess. It's just kind of talking to the camera, allowing my thoughts to flow, maybe gaining something new or new insight that I wasn't even aware of, because ultimately we're all just voices of the universe, right? Anyway, I better get going and be responsible, so I'll be talking to y'all next time. Take care now.